Hey class, Absolute 5 here, and today we're going to talk about solving percent problems with proportions. So let's write it out. Solving percent problems with, with proportions. Okay. So specifically percent proportions. Now, there's two ways to understand this type of method, but I would prefer there's one way that makes a whole lot more sense to me than what the problem's actually saying. So in most textbooks, they'll probably say A over B, well, not A over B. It's most likely they'll say the amount over the base is equal to the percent over 100. Now, granted that makes sense for a technical term. Yes, that makes sense because you have a certain amount and the base is like the total of everything, and then it's equal to the percent over 100. Now, what I would prefer a lot of people to understand is when it comes to these types of problems where what I'm trying to say is this, like let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's say I gave you this example first. So I'll call this M1 for method 1, sure. Let's say I have this example. 12% of what number is 47? Sorry, not percent, is 47. Okay, so when you see this problem, you're telling yourself, how the heck do I do this problem? Well, it makes sense because you're trying to figure out, okay, I have a certain amount, which is 47, and I'm plugging it into my formula. The amount over the base is equal to the percent over 100. 47, my percent is 12 over 100, because we know 12 over 100, that's you write it as a percent. Of what number? I'm not sure what my total is, more or less. And then you simply would just cross multiply and figure out what that is. So let's do it together. So 12x equals 4,700, because that's what happens when you cross multiply. I'm left with 12 divided by 12 on both sides. X, I have to divide 12 into this, so I'll do it on the left side here. 12 into 4,700, what do I get? And to divide 3, which gives me 36, I subtract, I bring down the 0, I put 9, I get 108. I subtract and I borrow, I get 2, I bring down the last 0, I put 1, I bring down 12 goes into 20 once, right, so I subtract, I get a 2. Put a decimal, add a 0, bring down a 0. Therefore, oh wait, I made a mistake. Hold on a second. Hold on, I made a big mistake. 12, let's see, 0, okay. 12 minus 8 is not 2. I don't know why I thought 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. I bring down the 0. Now from here on in, it's going to repeat with 6. Why? Because 6 times 12 is 72, and then it keeps repeating from there on in. So my answer is 391.6 bar as my answer for that problem. Now, granted, the methods are the same, but that one was kind of hard to figure out. Let's have a different problem, but we'll use this new method here. Let's say I had, what number is 90% of 45? So ideally, I like the amount over base equals percent over 100, but I don't really teach that way too much. I like this way better. This formula is very identical, but it makes more sense. You have the is over the of equals the percent over 100. So what does that mean? Wherever I see my is, that's my is, and my of is basically whatever that of is. So meaning, in this problem here, I'm giving a percent, right? So on the right-hand side of the equation, I know to put 90 over 100. Fine. My of is going to be, simply plug it in, 45. What is my is? I'm not sure, so I just put an x. I cross multiply. I get 100x is equal to, wow, that's a big number. 90 times 45, I get, let's see, 36, I add that up, I get 4,050. Okay, and then I divide both sides by 100. I know what to do with the decimal point. X, it's 40.50 as my answer. So I prefer the is over the of because you can clearly see, okay, whatever my is, it's in this case, I don't know what it is. Whatever my of is, that's what my of says, and my percent, well, that's what my percent is. Let's say I had this one. This one is slightly different from the other one. $30 is what percent of 90? If you notice in the other problems, I showed you what I don't know what my of is. This one I didn't know what my is, and obviously in this case, I don't know what my percent is. So in all these types of proportion type problems, you always start off with the formula. The is over the of equals the percent over 100. So here we go. What is my is? My is in this case is 30 and my of is 90, but I don't know my percentage, so I put an x over 100. Now we do the usual cross multiplication. I get 90x is equal to 3,000. I divide both sides by 90, and I'm left with x is equal to, let's see, I can cancel the zeros there. 9 goes into 300. Let's see, 3 times 27. I get 3, bring down the 0, 3 again, because I get 27. If you haven't noticed the pattern yet, it's going to be this. So 33.33 bar percent. In this case, you have to put percent because the question said what percent. The other two were just what number, so you could just leave that as your answer. So don't forget to put the percent there because you're going to be wrong if that's the case. So as usual, I'll give you a little homework. One problem, 238 is 40% of what number? Leave your answer in the comments section down below. So that's a lesson for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Mash that bell button for more content, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. This has been Absolute 5. I'm Roger Palomino. Math is infinite because there are infinitely many possibilities. And remember, don't hate, calculate.